can say what they want. You don't like it? Don't listen.
I think this is around by the time where they would tell you listen to this track, bitch.
Listen to this track, bitch.
I say I don't give a fuck if they don't like me.
Shout to Memphis.
Oh no, I don't give a fuck if they don't like me. Sorry.
Welcome to Agent Den. Yes, baby, on Cleveland again. You know what? This place, I swear, they do not know how to do their job, but they do know how to shoot down an unarmed child. Yes, I'm going to keep on talking about it. Huh? You don't like it? I don't give a fuck if you don't like me. Like me. Don Trip, baby. Love him. But at the end of the day, let's get on the subject about the Cleveland police officer. Now, we talked yesterday about the officer who actually shot down Tamir Rice. No, the prosecutor didn't prosecute him, and etc. I got on there, said what I want to say, and I said it. Well, today I was watching, I do a lot of watching, I watch a lot of documentaries, and I read a lot, so I was also watching, and I love this show. Everybody knows that I have a crush on Faith Jenkins. Okay, anyway, back to the story. I was watching By Any Means. Great show, great author, great spokesperson, everything. Great. Well, Cleveland. Happened in Cleveland, and it just pissed me off because I just had to get back on here and just talk about Cleveland, Ohio. I have always known that this is a very racist place that I feel sorry for any African American, but that's the same as St. Louis. St. Louis is no different. St. Louis is the most racist place you can ever see. This is the last state that set the slaves free. So, yeah. And plus, African Americans here also let these things go along. But Cleveland, Ohio, I was watching By Any Means, and it was a serial killer in Cleveland, Ohio. The mother of Michelle she turned around and she tried to report her missing daughter. And when she came to a point of telling them that, yeah, she used to be on drugs, she's not on drugs anymore, yada, 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 they decided they didn't want to hear it anymore, and they're not going to file any reports on this missing lady because she was on drugs. What they got to do with the tea in China? Well, not only that, it was other women that was before Michelle was reported missing, but they didn't want to do their job. Again, Cleveland, Ohio police officers. I'm so tired of these officers not doing their job. Like I told you yesterday, and if you're a police officer, I'm going to tell you, give me back my money. I want my money back because you're not doing your damn job. And I prefer to, we're not getting protective service. I mean, if you look at around the world, we're getting, you guys are actually killing my people at the end of the day. Colored people, African Americans, Asian, Native Americans, you're actually killing them. So at the end of the day, I don't want to pay you to kill us. So I just want my money back. I want my money back because you're not protecting and serving me. You'll go over there in the white communities, the Caucasians community, and you'll protect and serve them and keep composure even if they have a mental problem. You will protect and serve them, but you will not protect and serve us. And it's sad because we will call the police quick, and then you come here and you shoot us. But anyway, The story, what I was trying to bring up, and I'm trying to bring up because it just pissed me off every time I think about officers that not doing their job. I just want my money back, man. But when these ladies was being reported, now I started realizing it at the get-go. When these ladies were being reported, I'm saying, okay, y'all got a serial killer out here in Cleveland, Ohio. They kept on refusing the mothers when the mothers would come forth and say, listen, somebody need to investigate on this because women are being missing. What the hell? If you see a pattern, I saw that pattern far away. If you see a pattern that young African Americans are being missing, people who, women, I guess our value is nothing, only if we can have babies or have sex with guys. This sexist attitude just gets on my nerve. That's another thing that ticks me off. Like, we're here just to fulfill your needs? No, I prefer not. You know, everybody know I'm a lesbian. I prefer not. I could do all of it on my own. Sure can. But, anywho, they didn't search until one lady. And fortunately, that lady jumped. Fortunately, the company had a camera, and the lady jumped out the window. Yeah, jumped out this window. That's why they figure out that they need to investigate this guy, Anthony Sowell. He was a veteran, but he also he had a record of pedophilia. He was a pedophile. And I'm like, he had a criminal record just because he served. People respect him because he served in the army, yada, 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 yada. That's why they respect him. But in the day, I'm like, are you serious, dude? You're killing your own African-American women. A serial killer's in Cleveland police officers' face. And they didn't do a darn thing about the situation at hand. At all. They had to wait until a young lady. What if that young lady never jumped out that window and it wasn't no videotape? It wasn't no videotape at all. What if this man could have kept on killing? He could have kept on killing. Do y'all, you know what I'm going to do. Y'all know what I'm going to do. But ring this bell because I'm going to school you. What if? I always bring this up. What if? What if? What if this woman didn't jump out and it wasn't no videotape? What if? Okay. Well, she did. And the only reason why he called the ambulance because he was trying to take her in, she had a broken leg and everything. So he decided that the neighbors saw this woman jumped out, and they said, "No, man, you need to take her to the hospital," you know. And that's when they called, or he called one of the other, called the California ambulance, and he was in there telling her we are married and we were just having an argument and yada yada yada. This man was by the way, when she jumped out, she was naked, and he came out. He didn't even care. He was that bold. Came out and was naked along with her and tried to drag her back into the house. Get what I'm saying? So after he did all that and went to the hospital, she just said to herself, you know, I'm gonna say whatever he want me to say, but I'm trying to get out of this situation. You know, once you're in the public, he can't do anything after that. So Nobody didn't investigate. Then another young lady. It happened to another young lady. And then all of a sudden that young lady went inside the house because she was on drugs, and he was offering drugs to these ladies that, had a drug problem. And not all the women had drug problems. It was the young lady that I'm going to talk about, Michelle, what I said her name, Michelle, she was on drugs long time ago, but she was no longer on drugs. She was going to not AA meetings, NA every day, and she was walking by his house, and he was talking to her, and when she was walking away, he came behind her and grabbed her and snatched her up in the house and killed her, and raped her and killed her. He was a serious rapist too. So once this young lady that I was talking about, how all this got started when they finally figured out that he was a serial killer. This young lady turned around. I just think about how they didn't do their job. That's why I paused for a moment. Well, this young lady turned around and asked him, while they was getting high in the bedroom, asked him, is it true that you're a serial killer and stuff like that? So something snapped in his head, and he jumped on top of her and tried to rape her and kill her, but she got away. She fought him dearly, got away. That's when she went to the Cleveland Police Department and told them about the situation and filed charges. That was the first charge on him. The reason why, and the reason, I mean, come on, people, come on. It wasn't going to be it wasn't going to be anybody else that filed charges because he was killing them. But they should have did their darn job. When you seeing women disappearing in the area and people are constantly coming to you and tell you about it, and the only reason why all this came about is because Michelle's mother, Michelle Manson's mother, came forward and really was looking for her daughter and wanted to know what was going on. She knew that her daughter wasn't an addict anymore. She knew her daughter was trying to get her life together. And not only that, people was complaining about the stench in his house. They was complaining about all that stench. And again, Cleveland police officer didn't do their jobs. Didn't do their jobs at all. So what happened? Fortunately, I'm always do this. What if this woman didn't get away, who was getting high with him? What if? It's always this what if. I'm tired of this what if with Cleveland, Ohio. You can have an officer work for you guys who killed a young man, but you couldn't do your job, your damn job, what you're getting paid to do. And a lot of police officers here at St. Louis as well, even prosecutors, they're not doing their damn job. And you're getting paid. So after all this and this woman filed charges, they decided to go ahead and get a warrant, because they can get a warrant for that den because this woman filed charges. But they should have did an investigation. They never did, regardless of the warrant. Let's step that warrant out for. If somebody is saying that they smell stench in that house, not only that he's coming up, and it's women out there in that area that's being missing, wouldn't you think they would have did an investigation when it came down to women being missing? I know that we don't have no value only to have your guys' kids, but at the end of the day, you would think they would do an investigation, do your damn job. So after all that, they finally got a warrant, and guess what? They found 2 bodies up, 2 Caucasian women up on the top floor, because he didn't have any more room. He killed 11 women. 11, including Michelle. 11 people. 11 women. There's a problem. There's a problem. And if them other two wouldn't escape, it would have been 13. So, at the end of the day, they found all these women, 2 on the top and the other ones on the bottom. That's where all the stench was coming from in his basement. He also was burying them underneath. Now, who that was? Gacy. Gacy was doing that. That's what he was doing. He was doing the exact thing what Gacy was doing. Burying people underneath the house. And they found 11 bodies in that house. And then this is the cowardly thing that he was trying to do, try to make himself mentally insane. He said, I remember that's why I say the mother did a hell of a good job, because the mother put her pictures out along with the it's one of the groups that's in Cleveland, Ohio, that go search, help her mother search for her, help Michelle mother search for her, and her name is Judy Martin, Caucasian lady. She helped her search for. She started putting flyers out with a picture on it and everything, and he remembered her picture. So that didn't stop him. He was such a sociopath that wouldn't even stop him. Once they was doing an investigation, he still, even when they caught him in the hospital with the foul charges, that still didn't stop him. He wanted to continue to kill. He didn't care. He was a sociopath. He didn't care. I guess he thought that we would never get caught. And somehow, if it wasn't for that lady, he might be with. Not at all. Because Cleveland don't know how to do their job. But they know how to shoot down an innocent young man. A young boy. It wasn't even a man yet. So, after all this, he tried to say that he had a dream that he was killing these women. He tried to say that he had a mental problem. No, that didn't fall. So they then, the defense turned around. The prosecutor offered them, let me get it right. The defense turned around and asked the prosecutor, can they just give life in prison? No, bitch, you took people lives. A life for a life. You need to die. So the prosecutor said, if I would agree with it if all the victims' mothers will agree with it. Well, Michelle's mother did not. Miss Manson did not agree with it, and guess what? He got the death penalty by lethal injection. So far, I haven't. I tried to read it. He's still alive, and he haven't got that. He haven't got to the death penalty yet, but he will, hopefully soon. But at the end of the day, I'm saying, Cleveland, Ohio, you're not doing your job. And what you need to do is learn how to do your damn job instead of shooting down little boys that have a play gun in their hand that I don't even believe. My nephew, he will not get a gun. We don't buy any guns for him. We buy books. Let him know. Knowledge is the key. Mandela said it. Medgar Evers said it. Marcus Garvey said it. Obama said it. All these people said it. Shoot. You don't need no play gun. You need knowledge so you can get them with their own laws. You know, I always say that. That's my slogan on my LLC. The rebirth of a new trend. Get them with their own laws. I don't want to hear nothing else about it. Get them with their own laws. Stop playing with these white supremacists. Get them with their own laws. That's why they're trying to change, and they can't change the Constitution. They're sitting up there today in the Supreme Court trying to change the Constitution. You can't change the Constitution. You're going to make an amendment, but you can't change the Constitution, and the amendment got to go along with the Constitution. People, learn your laws. Now, on to the next one that I would like to talk about. On to the next one. another prison guard. See, I'm gonna talk about y'all cops because you need to get your shit together. I'm tired of you doing the things what you're doing and you're not doing what you're paid to do. It's a Georgia prison guard. One of the prisoners, the inmates, was in a chair, handcuffed, with his hand behind his back. And usually I would show these videos on my Periscope, but I'm not doing Periscope today. I'm really getting ready to go and do my vacation. I'm doing my vacation soon. I'm going on my vacation. I haven't even packed, y'all. Let me tell you. Yeah, but I'm doing Cancun, baby. Cancun. So, yes, and I'm in my car recording. So, you heard me blow a horn because somebody don't know how to drive. But anyway, let's get back at hand where this Georgia prison officer, prison guard, sprayed pepper spray in this inmate. I know there are inmates. Who cares? But they're still human. They're still human. I don't know what he did or whatever. Don't care. But if this guy is with his hand in the back of his back and cannot attack her at all in a chair, she just came out because she just came out, and I guess she was having a bad day or whatever, and sprayed pepper spray in the inmate face. Talking about he spat at her. Even if he spat at her, it doesn't give you the right to use pepper spray. It look like you just want to use pepper spray for the hell of it, or you just want to use force because you can. If you cannot do the right thing in that uniform, take it out. People know how I feel about that uniform. If you can't do right by the uniform, then take it off. Take the hell off. Tired of you guys. You're using weapons, deadly force, or you spraying stuff in people's face that you shouldn't do, man. Take it off if you can't handle it. And I mean that. You can't do right with that uniform, then don't wear it. Because you might as well be a regular citizen. That's how I feel about it, because you're not doing right by that uniform. Simple as that. I had enough. Had enough of you not doing right by the uniform. So, on to the next one, because I'm not going to be talking to you guys too long today, because I have to. It's just pissing me off. I'm seeing these officers haven't finished Tragedy of Hope, so we're gonna read that together. That's a thick book, so it's a longer, and I'm gonna read it while I'm on the plane as well. Got to read that. Just want to read this book and just enjoy myself. So I can't wait. I'm ready to go. I want to relax and enjoy myself, and that's it. So. The third one that I really want to talk about, and this has happened around the nation, a lot of people don't get too many sentences when it comes down to raping an African American female. But this time, if they get a lot of years, they raped a Caucasian. Well, he did not rape. They did a DNA test, and guess what? He served 25 years for nothing. I talked about this the other day, and people don't believe me. They sentenced these young kids out of the household. Now, I want y'all to get this. I'm going to take y'all to school. I said this the other day. Once they take the father out of the household, because the reason why I'm repeating myself is because my internet was going in and out, and I want y'all to hear this, because I broke it down the other day, but I'm going to break it down again. Once they take the father out of the household, that I was raised in a two-parent household, and I truly believe this. Once they take the father out of the household, the father tend to be in prison. I'm not saying all, but majority it will happen. That the kids become criminals because they're taking the father out, the disciplinary out of the household, just like the mother. Mother is the same, it's hard too. But the mother also have to go out there and get 2 or 3 jobs. And I broke this down not too long ago. Got to get 2 and 3 jobs. She cannot attend to these kids' needs. So they wind up meeting other people. You hear what I'm saying? They wind up meeting other people that will influence them to do bad. Because their mother and father is no longer in the household, so they have to raise themselves. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, they're either they don't have kids, they take them out and they put them in prison. They take the fathers out and put them in prison. They don't have kids, so they can't produce any kids. Or they do have kids and they're taking them out of the household and the kids wind up getting into the system. Because sometimes the kids get in the system even when the mother can't take care of them, or the mother is not home and something may happen in the household when she's not home and she can't afford a babysitter. So it's always, this is what they do, people, to us. This is what they do. And they know you're not going to get your kid back once once the kids are entered into the system. The reason why they're not going to get the kids back is because the mother is still trying to keep those jobs and then attend court hearings. And after they attend court hearings, then they, either they lose their job, don't have the money to pay for the bills, or they won't be able to get these kids back because they need to survive themselves. Get what I'm saying, people? Get what I'm saying? You know, I'm always going to take you to school. I have to take you to school. So they took this man out of the household for 25 years that he did not do, and he kept his innocence. Didn't rape. Didn't gang rape. Didn't participate. But he served all these years. There is a problem. These prosecutors and cops, they can prosecute everybody else, but these prosecutors cannot do their damn job. They can't prosecute the good old boy system that violate the rights of others. I want my money back. Do your job. This makes no sense at all. Do your job. Taking this man out of the household. I don't know anything about his kids, but that will form the kids to become criminals, man, at the end of the day. So, I know nobody never thought of that, but I'm thinking of it. And I see it every day. Fortunately, my father was in my household when I was getting in my teens. He was all through being born all the way through to my teens. Now, I think I told the story anyway. My father finally left out of our household, but he kept in touch with the girls, me and my sister, and make sure that we was on point and on doing right. But at the end of the day, I still got into a little trouble because I was rebelling because I always had my father in the household. But guess what? But he was he was no longer in the household when I started rebelling. And then he started coming back real hard on me. And then I started turning around. But my mother was a great mother. She was an awesome mother. Hard-working mother. Again, she was working like 2 jobs. So she was trying to make ends meet and take care of us. Again, that's why I know how it is. Just imagine not having your father in the household ever since you were born. And that was just a little time mean that I didn't have my father in the household until he saw that we was doing things. You know what I'm saying? So what we need to think about is think about how the system is such a systematic system that is going against African Americans. That this is the reason why I am trying to get into the system. This is the reason why I'm trying to get my master's, so I can get in that White House and get things changed. This is the reason why, because things need to be changed. This is ridiculous what's going on. Nothing is being changed. It's still the same, and it's just, people, we need to get it together. I continue to say the same thing over and over again. We need to unite. We need to get them with their own laws. I must always broadcast. I'm starting up. My program has already started up. The Rebirth in a New Trend. Come and join me. Everybody know I'm in Missouri, St. Louis. Come and join me. Join my program. I want to start it up. I'm looking for secretaries. I'm looking for CEOs. I am looking for all this. I right now, don't think that it's a big company, because it's not a big company. It's a non-profit organization. So, money, keep your day job, because I'm just trying to start something up right now. Not gonna get paid, just to join something so we can start working on a strategy, almost like how the NAACP got started. They started with not paying anyone, but I can't afford to pay anyone, but I do want us to come together. And that's the problem. Why do I have to get on here and say about paying someone? You should want to unite. It's things going on here, people, and you're not paying attention. Now, I do want to get on. I said it was going to be third, but I was thinking I do want to get on this situation at hand. I think I'm going to get on it. I don't know if I'm going to get on it tomorrow or such. I might go ahead and get on it now. It was interesting that I was reading about chemical trails. Chemical trails. Now, a lot of people are not paying attention up in the air. When you look up in the air, have you looked up in the air, and when you see these little trails, you thinking that's a airplane, that it is an airplane. But when you see a whole lot of trails in the air, that's chemicals. They're racing on us that you failed to realize. The government actually racing chemicals. They're trying to see. They're either killing mosquitoes, and that's a little low, but I was just reading about it, and a lot of people not paying attention, and people who do pay attention, they are thinking you're crazy. But read up on it. Chemical trails in the air. You'll be surprised what's going on in America, that they're actually putting stuff out that's really harming our bodies. That's why people wondering how they get cancer when they're eating healthy and stuff like that. Because I eat healthy all the time. Everybody who knows me, I'm a vegetarian. Been a vegetarian about 2 years. Used to wear 320 pounds. Yes. I no longer wear that. Wear 230. So, lost half of a size. Eating right, exercising, doing it, making sure I do right by my temple, my body. It took me a long time to realize that, but I'm doing right by my body now. And happy, more energetic, and continue to do what I need to do, not only for my body and my temple, but also for my people. So I try to encourage my people to eat healthy. Where I work at, I try to encourage them to eat healthy. Definitely have to encourage them to eat healthy. Go and exercise. Take care of yourself. But at the end of the day, we still have to worry about this chemical trails up in the air that people are just thinking it's just an airplane flying over. It is an airplane, but it's also releasing chemicals. Please go on and look it up. If you think I'm crazy, then so be it. You know what I say? I don't give a fuck if they don't like me, like me, like me. You know, I'm always going to say that song, you know. But at the end of the day, I'm telling you guys, you need to look this up. I'm not playing. There are sprinkling chemicals around us, and that's why a lot of people are getting canceled these days. Not only around us from the air, they're also sprinkling pesticides that contain cancer-like chemicals, and that's the reason why we're putting this stuff in our bodies every day. In the old days, they just used to use manure. That's all. And that was the best food that you can eat, because my uncle Frank, he used to have a garden in the back of his house, and that's all he used. He had I think a dog, whatever, and he just mixed it up in some straw. It was feces, and he used that manure and put it on the. I know it sounds disgusting, but guess what? That fruit, and greens came out excellent, beautiful, gorgeous, lovely, tasted well. That's all. That's mainly what people of a big farm who have cows, they use that manure and mix it up in straw and put it on anything that they are growing, and come out excellent, great food. But now people are just trying to find it. It's not cheap, but it's cheap. Getting that pesticide and putting it on the food that they're growing, and is harming us. That's not what we was put on earth to eat. Pesticides. So I know it's a whole different subject of what I was talking about, these dumb cops who's wearing a uniform and don't want to do their job, and I want my money back. I'm going to continue to say that. I'm going to continue to say that. But at the end of the day, we need to get it together and learn how to just love one another and be there for one another and unite. I mean, I'm always going to promote that. Unity is what we need. Unity, man. Unity. And it's funny. I'm gonna go because I need to get my butt out of here. But it's funny that when I talk about uniting, that I was watching an episode, and I know everybody remember Chris Rock when he was walking into the rib joint, and he say, "How much it costs to get a rib?" And they was just so excited. 2 African Americans opened their store up, and they're just like, "Yeah, come on." And he said, "How much it costs to get a rib?" And he said this price, and he said, "Man, that's too much." And he said, "Can I have just at least one rib?" I'm just breaking it down to it. And he said, they thought he was talking about the whole rib. And he's like, "Go ahead, get a rib." He said, no. Just one piece of rib. And the guy said, "Okay." And he was going to give him that. And he pulled out a wad of money. A wad of money. So I'm gonna go this route. Us as African Americans really need to unite, and the reason why we need to unite so we can start our own business and get it high, go up, and so we can have an IBM. We have African Americans now, and y'all know I talked about this before. We have African Americans now that are billionaires, and I'm not gonna say name, Oprah Winfrey, Michael Jordan, who's making a living off all African Americans. So they could have got, and I talked about this. If you go and get some African Americans, get them in a program and earn their way up and they start a company. Then they go and get other African American in the community and help them start a company, and then it goes on and goes and go on. This is what we need to do as a people. So the reason why I brought that video up is because we need, not only when we get a business, don't charge so high that we want to get rich so quick. That's the problem with a lot of African Americans communities and stores. You come into our communities and then you want to charge a whole lot of money, and you wonder why they're trying to go over here to the Caucasian stores or going to the Indian stores, who, by the way, I'm not even going to get started on that. But then you charge so much, like a candy bar can cost in these other stores $1. You want to charge $1.50. No, stop that. Stop that. Don't do that trying to get rich so quick. And these same stores over here that's in our community, it's not even giving back in our community. So we don't even need that either. I have a store right now been open for about a year now in the community where I live at. And I will not step in it. The reason why I won't step in it, because I know for a fact that they're not donating back into my community. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to step in your community at all. I'm not going to step in that store if you're not going to donate back to the community. So that's one thing for the store owner. So on the other hand, for the buyers, support the store owners. Store owners, bring down your prices. You don't have to worry about buyers. Stop trying to get a deal because you see it's an African American owner. Stop trying to get a deal. This is ridiculous. You're trying to get a deal because they're African Americans. They're working hard, but you don't ask for a deal when this Pakistani or Indian over here is charging you this. You don't go in there, you pay for it. If this Caucasian over here own a store in your neighborhood, you don't ask for a deal on them too. You pay for it. So stop asking because you see an African American person owning a store. Stop asking for a deal. Pay for it just like you pay for it in these other stores. Jeez. I always want some, and I'm not even gonna feed into that what most Caucasians say. Ooh, that's right, because African Americans always want something for nothing. Shut up. Shut the hell up. Nobody ain't trying to get something for nothing. We've been working all our lives. The people like myself been working all our lives, busting our tails. So nobody ain't asking for nothing. But you know what? It's y'all own Constitution. Y'all follow the Constitution all the time. The amendments are bound by the Constitution. Give out 40 acres. We're the only people that ever mentioned in that Constitution. 40 acres. Give out 40 acres. Hell. I don't want to hear all that talking about, that's right, that's right, that's right. They always wanting something. Shut up. Shut the hell up. Anyway, people, love you guys. Hope everything go well with you. You know, it's gonna be a sometimey now because I'm getting ready for my trip. I'm getting ready to fly out. I will be flying out soon. I am on I'm on Snapchat, and this is crazy. I forgot the name of my Snapchat. I'm going to have to put it down there so you guys can follow me. Oh, my God. I think it's 2261 TWONN1. It's something else. I'm going to have to look it up, and I'm going to have to put it down here on here. I might just give it to you tomorrow if I record tomorrow. But, yeah, get on my Snapchat. I will Snapchat all of my doing in Cancun. My flying over there, flying back. 7 days of peace and tranquility. Yes, baby. Yes, doing it. I just want to relax. Looking forward to that. Definitely gonna get me a massage and chill out and do me. But I hope you babies are okay. I love you guys, whoever listening, and want you to know your rights. Know your rights. Use your rights. You don't have to show your ID if you don't want to. If a cop pull you over, he better have a reason why he put you over. He can't come in your house without a search warrant, and it have to have a signature of a judge. If he violates your rights, there's always that Fourth Amendment there. They have to. That's the Fourth Amendment. You can't just search nobody's car or house without a search warrant. That is it, So I'm always going to school you guys on that. I'm going to have to, I might have to start going down the list of the amendments. Because people think just these amendments have one thing, like the freedom of speech. No, it's have four more other things about the freedom of speech. So I'm going to have to go down the list of the amendments and break it down to you guys. But, I love you guys. Love you. Thank you for coming to AJD. Ow!
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your DJ.
Fire left a hole in the tank, losing gasoline. Fire is on my trail and it's after me. Hope it don't get here before I get where I'm going. I gotta get where I'm going, take off my mask to breathe. You could have been a part of a masterpiece. Fluid in the brakes was the last to leak. That's the thing.